morning, everyone. Welcome back to Mission Keto. Today is Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. It's about 8:08 in the morning, and we're filming what I eat in a day today. I have a half day today. I'm also going to have an eye doctor appointment, but I'm also going to attempt to hit 10,000 steps today. So you're gonna be with me while I'm doing that. I'm also going to track my protein and my calories today. So that should be interesting. And then, but the reason why it's 8:08, I can't log into my work stuff right now. So I'm just kind of waiting to get direction for the next thing. So I thought I might as well say good morning and start this video. I have my coffee here and I've got, it's a Dunkin' decaf pod with half and half and some stevia. And I've got my collagen that is in there. I'm using I can't remember the name of it. I'll put a picture up. I know, Vital Proteins. I'm using that one. And it's got like 18 grams of protein a serving. So that's pretty cool. But we are going to get started. I have a half day at work, maybe less if I can't get signed in. But yeah, that's it. So stick around with me today and let's see how I do. Hey everyone, I am back. It is 12:12. I am done with work for the day. I finally got logged into my computer and all of that. It only took about an hour, but hey, made a short day even shorter. So I'm gonna have my breakfast. I didn't take a break to have my breakfast this morning, so it's kind of like a lunch today, and I am starving, so this is all good. I'm going to be having one of my bagels. I'm doing my open face sandwich that I've been obsessed with lately, but I'm using one of my bagels. And I'm pretty excited to have this and see if it's a little different, better. I know the bagel itself tasted better, so I'm pretty excited to share that with you guys soon. I put 2 pieces of bacon. I put 2 slices of deli meat on it, and this is, one serving is 4 slices. So just so you know, and then I put 2 slices of cheese also, and then I do 1 over easy egg and a little bit of mayo. So I'm gonna make that up and I will pop a picture up and show you what it looks like after, but it is delicious. And I told you guys I was going to be tracking today. And here's what I'm doing in my notebook. I'll put the date up at the top, and then my protein and the goal, and my calories and my goal, and then my foods down the middle. And I just kind of, I think it's obvious. I put the protein on this side and the calories on this side. So I did have to figure out my bagels. I was able to figure that out. So when I do share that recipe, I will share some of the macros with it. I haven't calculated everything out, but I was finding out at least what the calories and the protein was. I can at least do maybe the carbs too. But so here we are with it so far. And this is just a good guide for me to look at too. Where can I cut if I go over my calories? Right now, though, it's very interesting, is I am exactly about halfway to my goal for both protein and the calories. So, and I'm excited. I've got to have a pretty good sized dinner or at least have a protein shake too. So let me go ahead and make this because I'm hungry now and I've got to get some stuff done before my eye doctor's appointment, but I will definitely check in with you later. All right, everyone, it is almost 2 o'clock and I'm at my eye doctor appointment and I'm a few minutes early. So I thought I would just check in. Never been to this one before. We're in the process of trying to find new doctors and all of that. This was one of the easiest ones. Plus, I don't have my glasses anymore from 2.5, 3 years ago that I got them. They were in the RV. If any of you are new and you're like, what is she talking about? The RV. If you're a new subscriber, last year, my husband, Andy, and I sold everything, furniture. All we had left was like my kitchen stuff and memorabilia, things like that, photos, all of that kind of stuff. No furniture, nothing. And we sold everything, put everything else in storage, got an RV. It was a Class C and traveled. And we were supposed to be doing it for a while, but God had other plans. It started out great, and then things started happening. And it just kind of seemed like God didn't want us doing it anymore. I fell at the beginning of October, gashed my head open inside of the RV. I had to go get stitches at like midnight. And then we had a fire at the end of, it was October 30th. So it's almost been a year now. We lost everything. It was an electrical fire, but we lost 90% of everything in it, and we had to start completely over. But we didn't keep on with the RV and buy another one because, you know, we just knew we needed to be near our kids anyways. And it has worked out perfectly because now we have a granddaughter that we get to spoil because we're close by. So that's why I always say that. So if you ever hear me say, oh, that was in the RV or that was in the RV, we're still replenishing stuff. I'm so glad that I kept so much of my kitchen stuff, but there's still a few things that I need. Like I took favorite things inside the RV, you know, but that's okay. We're here, we're alive, we were okay. But that is it. So let's go. This looks like a really nice place. Andy found them, called them, set it up for me and everything. So that was nice. So let's hope I can get something nice, a nice frame. That's very important to me. All right, I'm back. It is now 3:30 and the eye doctor was a no-go. It was just a big, not misunderstanding, but they thought I had Blue Cross Blue Shield for vision. It was going through my medical, and it's not. It's going through my vision through my job, and they are not in network for that one. So thankfully they were really cool, and I did not want to go through my insurance because I haven't been to the doctor this year, and I don't want to pay all of that. I mean, vision insurance is amazing. You know, you pretty much walk out of there not paying much at all. You're basically just paying for a small copay on your eye exam and your frames, you know, and that's only some of your frames because some of it is covered. So anyway, so I've got to do a little research on my end. It's no big deal, but man, I was so excited to finally get some glasses, but we'll get it figured out. But so I came home and of course I took a nap because that's just me. I'm not going to let this afternoon go to waste, but it's 3:30 and I'm about to get my workout in. So we're going to get a workout in. I got to make some cookies. I didn't make my cookies yesterday. So empty the dishwasher, just a few things like that. But before my workout, I have to do my plank. And today is 35 seconds. So I'm going to be doing it every day. It increases like 5 seconds a day. Like once a week, I'll have a 1-day break just to rest. And then by the end, by September 30th, I'm looking at my calendar, September 30th, I'll be doing 3-minute planks again. So let me throw my hair up. Let's get some water. Let's get this plank done and get our workout in. Hey everyone, it is 5 o'clock. I got my workout in. I did some, just a step workout. I'll pop up the picture here, and I did my plank. So I'm good there. And now I'm hungry. I'm gonna make some taco meat. I'm gonna make some cheese shell tacos. And again, I'm going to be recording everything. And something that I am noticing is that higher fat stuff, and you know, remember, I didn't track. I don't like tracking. I hate tracking. So I'm learning. If this was obvious to other people, I'm sorry. It wasn't to me. But higher fat stuff like cheese and dairy has more calories. I have my scale out, but I wanted 3 taco shells, but that would have been 3 ounces at 110 calories an ounce. And that's a lot, and I don't want to go too over, but honestly, 2 shells will kind of fill me up. So what I did was I measured out 3 ounces of cheese. First, I cut it, measured it, and then I shred it. And then I was like, well, I can't do 1 ounce a cheese shell with that. So I'm going to make 2 shells with the same 3 ounces. So that's going to be like 330 calories, just that alone. And then I've got some ground beef here. I think it's 80-20. So what I'm going to do is measure it after it's cooked, because I'm probably not going to eat a lot of this. I'm just going to put 2 little, these shells are going to be really small. And I'm just going to measure it out like little scoops, weigh it first, and then I'll calculate what it is. And then all I'm doing is putting maybe a tiny bit of tomato, an onion, and some hot sauce on it. So not really much protein in any of that. I did look, and there's no calories or anything in the seasoning that I did for the tacos. And I always do a little bit of chili lime, the real salt chili lime, and the taco seasoning. So that's what I put in my taco seasoning, and it's pretty delicious. and there's no calories or anything, so that was kind of nice. So something to remember. And then I think that's it. So I'll just show you everything once it's made and kind of calculate it and show you where I'm at. I put Greek yogurt here because I don't have any sour cream, and I do like that on top, a little dollop of it. And Greek yogurt has that same kind of essence, I guess you could say. So yeah, let's make this up. Okay, so here is how the tacos look. Don't those look amazing? Those look like real tacos, and they are so fulfilling and delicious. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed them very much. So we have got all of our macros for the dinner here. Did a really good job. The most, look, you can see the cheese had the most calories, which is like a lot more fat, I guess you could say. I didn't count the lettuce. I put like 3 or 4 strands of lettuce on each one. That lettuce was 10 calories for 1.5 cups. I didn't even come close to that. So I didn't even have like half of a calorie.
You know what time it is? What time is it? It's time for a bath. You want to get a bath? Let's take a bath. Let's take a bath.
You want to take a bath? Okay, let's take a bath. Okay, here is where Ralphie gets his bath. So this is a sink that is just outside, and I thought it was perfect for it. I know when we first got it, our friend Nancy was like, that's perfect for a bath for Ralphie. And I was like, you know what, it totally is. But it gets hot in here, so I do have a side door over here. You can see the light coming through. That is, I have that open up for ventilation, but really a bath for him doesn't take very long at all. I'll try to pop a picture in of him at his worst, looking like a little wet dog. He's so cute, but we're gonna get him all cleaned up for the. Okay, so anyone that has dogs understands that after bath time, it is like Zoomy City, and he is very active after his bath. So I'm sitting here, we have this nice long hallway, and he loves to play catch. And so this is just a nice way for him to get all of that out, and it gets him a little bit of exercise, and it dries him off pretty well too, so I can brush him a little bit. So he had a blast. He really does not mind the bath that much, but we wanted him to be nice and clean and ready for his doctor visit. So we got him brushed and ready to go. Okay, so it is the next day, and I'm doing a follow-up to what my day was like yesterday. I wanted to let you know how many steps I got. Did I close all my rings? Where am I at with my tracking? So first I will pop up, I closed all 3 of my rings, which is pretty cool. My rings are, I think I have to burn like 500 calories, work out for at least 30 minutes, and stand for 12 hours a day. So that one's actually harder during the week. So I was excited I got that. I did not hit 10,000 steps though, which is very hard for me during the week, but I thought I'd at least get higher because I worked out and I had a half day, and I did. So I got like over 7,000. So that's not bad. I'm happy with that. The hard part is on the days I have a full day of work, you know? And then with my macros, I'll just tell you because my handwriting is horrible. You're probably like, ugh, every time you see it. But I ended up having a cookie because I made some cookies, and I had one of those cookies that I made, and that got me up there a little bit more. But my protein goal is 100 grams a day, and I got 86.5. So I am shy of my protein. And usually I am a little bit, unless I have a protein shake. And then my calories are 1,524 a day, and I got 1,467. I thought I was gonna be over, honestly, but I think I did pretty good. So honestly, I could have had another cookie and be fine. But the other thing I wanna say is I was comfortable yesterday. I don't feel like I ate too much. I don't feel like I ate too less either. So I still think that's a pretty decent, a go at it, you know, for doing that. So, but now I know that I could maybe do some additions here and there. I don't know. I know I had a couple more calories because of that lettuce, maybe two calories, right? But pretty good. I think all in all, it was a pretty good day. I'm going to continue doing this. Let's try to at least hit that goal every single day. And then maybe I'll add in the carbs. Because I do think my carb count's a little higher these days. Not mad about it. I'm just saying it probably is. So if I can rein everything in at a little bit at a time, we might get somewhere. So I'm feeling good. I have great energy. Today I'm going to take a rest from working out, but I'm going to do my plank at least. So I have 40-second plank to do. So yeah, so that's my wrap up for a day of eating and tracking my calories and my protein. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. If you are interested in seeing more of these videos, make sure you comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.